This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 1, and it reads, The Watchman's Duty. Again, the word of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, When I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, and he blow the trumpet, and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet, and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet, and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any persons from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. Verse 7, So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth, and warn them from me. Shalom, shalom. And I'm going to read verse 8, Salaki. It says, When I say unto the wicked, thou wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that the wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, pushing this word in all sincerity and truth, to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and to the scattered Israelites who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who look like the other nations, but your spirit is knit to this glorious gospel. Shalom. It's the brother Dama Agibar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify and give you warning from Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. All right, and we're living in the time of this Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter. Now we know that this prophecy came to pass, in previous judgments of the Lord and different previous times amongst the Israelites, but it still applies unto this very day. And as I'm about to show you, hey, those of us here at Great Millstone, starting with the elders and the apostles, we have been standing upon our watch. We have been warning you, Jakes, to repent, return back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because the enemy is at the gate, which is the enemy being Esau Edom, the so-called white man. What I'm about to show you in this lesson is something that we've been warning and telling you, Jakes, about time in and time out, that we've been telling you that they're going to bring another lockdown. We've been telling you that, they're going to send in these troops. They're going to send in foreign troops to come in to enforce, to enforce the will and the agenda of these, these international bankers, these elites, the wicked, And we've been telling you that, expect no mercy when they bring in this new world order. We've been telling you that all of this, all these devils were going to bring the order. They were going to bring the chaos in order to bring in the order. We've been warning you about new lockdowns. We've been warning you about, telling you that things are about to drastically change in this economy. We've been telling you that financial collapse is on the horizon, manufacturer famines, civil war, telling you prophetically that seditions are going to happen, massive amounts of famine is going to touch here in Babylon the Great, disorder, dysfunction, invading one another, massive grapes, the love of many waxing cold. We've been telling you that all these things are on the horizon. And as a job of a watchman, we have been warning and telling you, Jakes, to repent to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to get right with the Lord before the evil days come. Like it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes, let me get that real fast. Yeah, to Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And that's the times that we're living in, While the majority of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans here in America are still, you're not taking heed to the warning of the watchman. All right, we see the evil days coming. We know that this devil is about to really come with it in these last days to bring in this new world order. He's about to allow, all of the chaotic things and the wickedness and the agenda of these elites. They're about to press the button and literally come with it in a full force. We've been warning you about the coming CBDCs. We've been telling you that, financial ruin is on the way. All of these manufactured famines. We've been telling you that they're bringing all these migrants in here across the country, basically to replace a lot of you American citizens. We've been telling you they've been bringing military age men, sleeper cells. They're going to be T attacks. There's going to be all type of, and invasions, massive, serious shit is about to hit the fan here before it happens. And we've been telling you to remember the Creator, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, ad nauseum before these wicked and the judgment comes. But now, hey, those days are at hand. This devil is about to officially press the button because he knows he has but a short time. He knows that the people don't trust him. He knows that his tactics and his narrative, the mainstream media, the propaganda, all of the lies, nobody is buying the bullshit anymore. All right. His power of sorcery and deception is not as effective as it used to be. So now he's about to pull out all the stops. He's literally about to come down with great wrath, and he's about to, bring out a lot of, false flag type of things. He's about to bring in this, this new lockdown with this, the BIRD flu, and he knows in order to enforce it, he's going to have to do it with mass brutal force. But like I said, hey, we've been given the warning. You Jakes haven't been taking heed. Well, now check this out, man.
The southern border of the United States is wide open, and the federal government has been conducting a wide-scale criminal operation of flooding the country with unvetted foreigners, distributing them across the United States, and providing them with homes and financial support. The GOP's talking point has been that this is all about election fraud, but this has been happening all across the Western world for over a decade. This is something far more sinister than election fraud. The Population Division of the United Nations concerns themselves with international migration. In the year 2000, they published Replacement Migration, a solution put forth to deal with declining and aging populations. For years, we were told that this was a conspiracy theory, but now that we are seeing tens of millions murdered by the experimental shots, it is becoming more clear what the objective is. We are told that these are poor families fleeing tyranny, but there are massive amounts of healthy young men without any families. And time again, we have seen them act violently against the native population with very little repercussions from the law. As we are expecting the announcement of Disease X and another lockdown, a recent report from UK's Jim Ferguson provides a plausible explanation of what we are seeing.
This isn't normal. There's something not right. This isn't just refugees coming in. These aren't people fleeing from some kind of war zone. These are predominantly men aged between 25 and 35, young fighting age men, as my old boss Nigel Farage once referred to them, and I think he's right. John, what do you think's going on here, mate?
So I can tell you these are UN soldiers, and they will be deployed by the WHO when they announce the next pandemic lockdown. That's what's going to happen. They've been trained by British soldiers. They've been trained by the Black Watch Regiment. They were training them in Antalya in Turkey and in the east of Ukraine. They're predominantly down to sergeant ranks. They're then shipped to France. They all sign the Official Secrets Act. Then they're ferried over. If you were fleeing war and tyranny, I don't know about you, but I would certainly take my wife and children with me. They're most precious. They're my prized asset. They're everything to me. If you're going to war, you go to war with the lads. They're going to be deployed. They will be deployed.
John, you say you've spoken to people in the Black Watch. The Black Watch, a very famous, regiment.
Yes.
Are they actually going along with this?
They've got no choice. Well, I kind of said, why are you doing it? And he said, soldiers follow orders. What you're going to see is the following. We'll have a minister somewhere in cabinets suddenly come up with a great idea on how we're going to get these guys to contribute to help us. And they're going to put them in uniforms. So a couple of people have told me these uniforms are burgundy. Others have told me they're UN blue. I really don't know. I guess we'll see when they deploy them. They are going to be deployed because otherwise, if they announced another lockdown, what would everyone say? they'd say bollocks and they'd go about their business, wouldn't they? They're going to need armed young men in uniform to try and enforce it. Why do they import young men from the East? Because traditionally, if you want to kill and tyrannize white people, you put black soldiers in, because there's a cultural disassociation. And that's their method. That's the way these globalists are going to do it.
You know, in America, when it was a colony of the...
Yeah, see, you heard that, you know, and they're going to release all these foreigners, all these different groups that are being led across the border. We've been saying this for years. A lot of them are sleeper cells. A lot of them are military age men. They're not just poor Mexicans, Venezuelans, Chinese men, Africans, Haitians, Europeans, Arabs coming into this country fleeing persecution from their country. Now, you might have a handful of them that are, but the majority of them that are coming in are military age men. And these devils are going to use these individuals to ultimately do what? Do what I just said, man. All right. And they're all coming in here and they hate you Americans with a passion. All right. They hate all of you Americans, man. You know, they hate the fact that you have freedom and they've been trained to by the UN and these British soldiers to terminate on sight. They know that you American citizens have guns. They know that you're unruly. They know that you're proud, you're arrogant. You know, you're used to having freedoms and rights. And this is why they're bringing a lot of these individuals into this country, you know, to give them a fat paycheck, to give them, a guaranteed security, to come in here and to enforce the will of these elites upon you Jakes out here, man. And, over the Americans, but especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You don't think they've been training them over there in these different countries and they ain't been pinpointing just how crazy and how wild you so-called Negroes are here in America? All of you, they're going to be trained to say, look, if you see a nigga with his pants hanging off his ass, a black individual with those fucking dreadlocks in his head, that they're violent people. They can't be trusted. You have to terminate on sight. They can't be trusted, to execute. See? All right. And this is Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitant of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see, and like I said earlier, hey, the agenda is not working. The propaganda, the lies. The majority of people are not just willingly following whatever they say on the boob tube. People are looking into alternative news media. People are tuning in to Tucker Carlson and to Alex Jones. They're listening to the prophets and the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They're getting their information from outside sources. And now people are starting to, to see that a lot of these so-called seed theories are not actually seed theories at all, but they're true. People are waking up to Klaus Schwab and the WEF and the agenda of these elites, and they're not. Oh, and now people are finally coming to the realization that they were duped and lied to about the C19er package, about the stabby jabby. People are dropping dead. People are affected. They're coming out with the information that it was basically one big social experiment, and people are pissed. So when they come with this next LOCK down, people ain't, like the guy said, people are not going to buy it. They're not going to believe it. But guess what? They're going to have to enforce it somehow in some way. And they're going to bring in these troops. This is why they've bringing in all of these fucking unvetted migrants into this country, because a lot of them are trained military men. And I remember seeing videos of them showing those certain particular individuals crossing the border. They all had on the same clothes, the same boots, the same backpacks. What the hell you think that was? All right. They wasn't just coordinating and matching in the same clothes just to come in here. All right. So, hey, we've been doing our duty as a watchman, and we've been telling you, Jake, look, man, you better get right with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because he is your only protection and your only salvation and your only way of making it through the hell and the judgment that's coming to Babylon the Great, America. All right. And this is Ezekiel 21:9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, say a sword is sharpened and is also furbished. Hey, and all those troops that's being trained, what did it say, 20 million or more? Now, of course, they've let in some regular, poor people coming into this country, but the majority of them are military age men from age 25 to 35. And a lot of them have been trained by the UN. All right. They're going to be the troops of the troops of the New World Order, man. All right. And they've been trained to do what? To come here and to do the bidding of these elites. And that's part of that sword, that military, foreign military that's going to be into this country. Whatever fucking colored military garb or regalia they're going to be wearing, they're going to be coming here to get you American people, and mainly to dispose of you Israelites, man, you Jakes. It says it is sharpened to make a sure slaughter. Right? They're not bringing in these troops to play nice with you guys, to be politically correct, to round you up nicely, they're coming here to ultimately to put in work, man. All right. And they're going to be given the green light to execute and to do whatever they got to do to put you people in your place. Like I said, they know you American people are crazy as all hell. They know you're fed up. They know you're angry, and they know that you are packing heat, So therefore, they're going to be, given orders to deal appropriately. It says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? And that's why I read that Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, man. You got to get right with Yahweh Shem Shai before the evil days come. And right now, Jake is going on about their lives as if none of this news is being reported, as if the warning is not going out, as if the prophets and the men of Yahweh Shem Shai have not been warning about these times to come for many years now. We've been telling you that times are going to get bad. Look at inflation. Look at the state of this economy, man. People are not working. People are struggling. People are getting more and more angry. They're talking about, I was reading an article earlier to where, they're telling you that major famine is about to hit here in America, man. All right. And especially when war starts, all of this food that you get, that's this expensive ass food, that's already too damn expensive. Or, look at all the prices at these different restaurants. I read another article to where a lot of these restaurants are about to start closing because it's too expensive for them to deal with, with the labor to pay the employees. Is getting too expensive to buy the bread and the meat and the food that they need to keep the business going. They got all these, when they got to pay the workers, which is getting ridiculous expensive. Now, under this new law, they got to pay for their medical insurance and all this other shit that comes out of the pocket of the employer, the price of the food and the shit that they need. And they can't, when they have like maintenance issues, that's even more money. The rent that they got to pay for keep these businesses open is too expensive, man. They're breaking them. It's not going to be sustainable pretty much longer. You see? So it's like a perfect scenario of all hell getting ready to break loose here, man. And you, Jake, refuse to get right, man, to really come to the reality of what's really happening here in this society. And a lot of you are going to finally accept it when it's far too late. And these troops are in your neighborhood and in your hoods, kicking down your door, rounding you up and getting busy on you, man. It says, should we then make mirth? And the answer is absolutely not. You should be looking at these times as seriously as they truly are. All right. And really make the proper preparations, which is to get down on your knees and cry unto the Lord. Not crying to FEMA, not crying to Esau, not crying to the government, but to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, it contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. And who is the he? Ultimately is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He's given it into the hands of Esau, Edom, to be furbished, to be as a whooping stick and punishment upon the wicked of you Jakes and the wicked of, you wicked ass Jakes here in America, man. All right. And it's being handled. All right. He's already been training those troops and now they're already here. They're just waiting on the call. They're just waiting on, the text to mount up and to, do what needs to be done to fulfill the contract that they signed and to do what they've been brought here to do. It says, this sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. Right. And you people are going to be crying and howling when, they bring in these executive orders, when they shut down the Constitution. You're going to think you're going to be out there protesting and marching, thinking that you have the rights. You have your constitutional rights. Those shits are all going to be stripped, man. And they're going to have curfews, they're going to have martial law. And if you caught outside of those, of these rules and regulations that got set up with these foreign troops who hate you fucking Americans, you think they're going to give a damn? You think they're going to hesitate to shoot? Why do you think they've been getting rid of all of the so-called military men in these different, branches of the military, when Obama was in office, he asked them, would you shoot down on your fellow American citizens if the needs be? And a lot of them said no. And a lot of them, they got rid of them. They kicked them out, or they eventually, did so much bullshit to them that they eventually just left the military. And now they've brought in these UN troops to do what the average American troops wouldn't do. You see? So it says, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh, because it is a trial. And what if the sword contemn even the rod? It shall be no more, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Thou therefore, son of man, prophesy and smite thy hands together, and let the sword be doubled the third time, the sword of the slain. It is the sword of the great men that are slain, which entereth into their privy chambers. I have set the point of the sword against all their gates, that their heart may faint, and their ruins be multiplied. Ah, it is made bright, it is wrapped up for the slaughter. See? And this is what Esau is about to come with. And we've been warning you, man. All the signs are there. We can see we can literally see how this society, this American society, is imploding from the inside out and is collapsing on every side. And it's not going to get better. Donald Trump is not going to save it. Shit, then they might do something to where they're going to cancel these elections and keep Biden, old withered Mr. Burns looking ass, in power, man. You see? And he's going to do every single bidding of these elites that they tell him to do. He's already putting bills into place and signing every piece of legislation. He even signed that legislation, which is going to give the WHO, the World Health Organization, the power to have full power over the next so-called lockdown or pandemic. And with that, they're going to bring in these troops. They're going to bring in this sword. And a lot of you jakes out here are going to get slaughtered under the hands of Esau and Edom. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is not going to come to your rescue, because when he called, you refused. You said, "I not all his counsel." Therefore, you're going to eat all the ways. You're going to eat, of your ways, man. All right. And you're turning away of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to be to your own detriment, man. So with that, I'm going to close it there. Lord willing, you were edified. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Until the next one, shalom.